So we have Honorable Speaker Om Birla sir. So please give him a big round of applause. He is coming.
A very celebrating morning to respective members of the House. It's my privilege to be a Speaker of the House. As a Speaker of the House, I initiate to start this session. I expect all respective members of the House please maintain decorum of Parliament, and I also expect a healthy discussion from both sides, ruling party and opposition party. I request ruling party to start this session. Now the Parliament is yours. Please proceed, ruling party.
Thank you so much, Speaker sir, for giving me a chance to speak. I want to clarify about the Manipur that the situation in Manipur is different and complex. Even though the previous government have faced the similar situations and they were unable to resolve the issues. So it's unfair to blame central government for everything happened in the Manipur. And I also want to tell about that our government has taken several steps to address the situation in Manipur by providing the additional security forces, financial assistance and other facilities. And whenever we want to talk about the other relevant issues of our country, opposition poke their nose to raise the concern about Manipur. It's disgusting, sir. Now that it's not an hot potato news and the situation is now under control. So they need to stop. I urge opposition to stop spreading the fake news and misinformation to the people of our India. And I also want to tell about that. Please stop spreading the fake news and spoil the image of our country. And I also want to talk about the allegation made by the opposition regarding the PM and Adani relationship. The Adani is a business tycoon and we have made contract based on a fair and transparent bidding processes. So even though the previous government have also made many contracts with Adani, I clearly denied that there is any favoritism or undue influence shown to Mr. Adani by our government. And I also want to talk about the G20 summit. As we know that the 18th G20 summit is hosted by our Indian country, and the theme of the G20 summit is that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one nation, one future, one family. The main objective of G20 summit is to discuss and make policies regarding the artificial intelligence, international taxations, multilateral financings, and climate changing, and many more issues. And India is the first country who made the African Union as a part of G20 summit. And we have also made a big contract regarding the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. And this corridor will definitely beneficial for the strong and effective transportation system between the Asian, Gulf country and Europe by the railways and ship lines. Thank you so much, Speaker sir.
Item number 104 in opposition party, Ms. Garima Chavan.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I have been to a number of villages in India and I have seen the condition of rural areas in which there are not hospitals and no proportional doctors are there.
Shame.
And if I talk about oxygen cylinders, sir, India is most backward country on the basis of medical instruments. Sir, India's position is 145th among 190 countries of the world. That is the matter of concern, sir.
I request Honorable Health Minister, please speak something about it.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker sir, for giving me this chance to speak in the Parliament. Our opposition should not forget about our commendable work we did in pandemic. All the countries were struggling and the people were dying like a bees. But India is conducted the world biggest vaccine drug. Our Honorable Speaker sir, not only we provided vaccine to our citizens at free of cost, we supplied to the developed nation like America. This is the power of our medical department. Honorable Speaker sir, I want to tell these people, under the leadership or guidance of PM, we established 16 more AIIMS. Honorable Speaker sir, we have one medical health scheme, Ayushman Bharat, for the poor people. Honorable Speaker sir, we have n number of hospitals. She is saying that she found building condition is miserable. But I think she does not know about the new policy, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya scheme, under which we have launched the portable hospital, by which we treated 8 lakh people within an hour. This is the power of our medical department.
Number 109 in opposition party, Mr. Irfan Khan.
Thank you, Speaker sir, for giving me a chance to speak. If I talk about inflation, they have increased 95% taxes on food oil. They have increased 97% taxes on LPG gas. When we were in the way back 2014, when we were in the ruling at that time, the cylinder price was only 500. And now in 2023, it is 1300. They also increased 93 to 96% taxes on petrol and diesel. In last 70 years, when opposition party was ruling, we did not increase the price of petrol and diesel above 70 rupees, and they have increased 120 rupees in just 8 years. If I talk about grocery, they have increased more than 60% taxes on groceries as well. How can the middle class family survive, sir? At some extent, I am agree with that points that they have given LPG cylinders to the people of India, but they have only given once. They never refilled it. If I talk about hunger index, in hunger index, the way back in 2014, when opposition was in the ruling, that at that time India was at the 55th rank on the hunger index. But now in 2023, India is on the 107th position on hunger strike, sir. Because of that, people in a single hour, more than 10 people are committing suicide because of inflation. Our finance minister once said that रुपया कमजोर नहीं हुआ है, डॉलर मजबूत हो गया है, sir. Sir, what they are thinking, sir? What they are thinking about them? अगर ये हैं अच्छे दिन, we don't want such that type of अच्छे दिन. We want our old days back, sir. We want our old days back. In the last, I want to say only one thing. बदलना है तो हालात बदलो, बदलना है तो हालात बदलो. ऐसे ना बदलने से क्या होगा? देना है तो युवाओं को रोजगार दो. ऐसे युवाओं को बेरोजगार देके क्या होगा? Thank you, sir.
I request Honorable Finance Minister, please speak something about it.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving me this chance to speak in before you. First of all, I want to draw your attention towards India's economic position in the world. Sir, we scored 5th position in the world, and now we will be the soon 4th position in the world. Honorable Speaker, sir, now I want to tell you that during the pandemic, when the whole world was suffering from corona and economic problems, only India was there to help them. We provide vaccines and many more things, and along with them, we also provide free vaccines to the people of India also. And sir, do you think this is inflation? Sir, we don't think so. Sir, I want to tell you, I want to compare some petrol prices of the states where they are ruling, and they are like there are Rajasthan with 109.66, Telangana with 108.48, and the Gujarat with 96 rupees only. And there are many states where they are ruling, they have higher rates of petrol. Although the Prime Minister Modi have cut down the taxes over petrol and diesels. Sir, I want to tell you some yearly inflations. In 1991 to 1995, 13.90, the inflation rate was there. That was the highest rate, sir. And now it is in 2014 to 2023, it is 3.33. It is the least. It is the least in 33 years, sir. And do you think this is inflation? We don't think so, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, there is a problem going in between the Gulf states from where we are getting the crude oil. Sir, they increase the prices of crude oil, so that is why we have to increase. Although then, Prime Minister Modi have cut down the taxes on petrol prices and diesel prices, but they are not cutting their taxes where they are ruling in the states. Now, sir, Honorable Speaker, sir, we remove the concept of middleman, from which the middleman getting the profit, and they are building their houses and they are increasing their amenities and other things also. So now the farmers can go to directly to the market and they just sell out their goods directly to the market and getting the benefits. So we are providing them 6,000 rupees per year as the Kisan Samman Yojana is there. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving this chance.
Item number 109 in opposition party, Mr. Rehan Martin.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, sir. You give me this chance to speak. I want some ask question to Rail Minister. There has been 13% increase case of accident ever since Government of India privatization in railway sector.
Shame, shame, shame.
2 CR 83 lakhs people travel in train every day, but Indian Railway does not provide security to Indian passenger.
Shame, shame, shame.
Honorable Speaker, sir, we can't forget Odisha rail accident. Odisha rail accident is biggest rail accident in Indian Railway history. 300 people lost live there, 2,000 people injured. Who is responsible behind this? Who will take responsibility? One of minister said that we have made Kavach technology. It is worth 2,000 kilometers, but in reality, it is worth only 15 kilometers. You are liar. You are playing with Indian people live. Shame on you. Rail minister should resign his post right now.
Shame, shame, shame.